All right, welcome to the Grab Some Popcorn podcast, episode 16. Episode 16, first one of 2026. You got your hosts here, Jared and Emmanuel, here to bring you movie news, movie reviews, and all-around movie topics. Welcome if this is your first time listening. We just got out of 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, directed by Nia DaCosta, starring Ray Fiennes, Alfie Williams, and Jack O'Connell. This was a sequel to last year's hit, 28 Years Later, and it's part of the 28 Days universe. There's a few of these movies. There's 28 Days, 28 Weeks, 28 Years, and now there's 28 Years Bone Temple.
Bone Temple.
So this is the fourth one, and yeah, let's get right into it. So this one picks up, it starts like right where the last one ended. Spike, as we know him, the young lad, he left his home and he was in the middle of being attacked by some zombies when he gets rescued by, what was their names?
Were they the Jimmies?
The Jimmies. He got rescued by the group of Jimmies. And that's pretty much where this movie picks off. He's in a room with them and apparently they're doing like some fight to the death. A scene that I found quite odd considering that they had just rescued him. So why they chose to go fight for the death, I mean, it didn't really make a lot of sense to me, but
I guess it was just cool.
Yeah, like some apocalyptic ritual.
Yeah.
But really, I mean, there's a lot of different things going on in this movie. We don't have to like go through each scene step by step, but really just talk about the arcs that the characters are on. We could start with the doctor because he has one of the most interesting ones. So the doctor basically befriends the alpha from the first movie, right? The big dick zombie. Now, for one, like going into this movie, I was kind of hoping we weren't going to have to see him again because we saw quite enough of him in the first one.
True.
And of course, he appeared instantly, and him and his dick appeared right on the big screen. So thanks a lot for that. But the bond that he formed with him, because obviously, you know, he's been alone for a very long time. So he made a friend. What was his name? Samson. That was the name he gave him. And I really enjoyed the character arc that they were on there. Samson getting some humanity back and just like getting these memories of him being on the train, him remembering his name, him remembering the way certain songs sounded because the guy was always performing for him. Like that whole thing in the movie, I think that was like the most enjoyable part to me. That was a great part. What did you think of that whole arc with the doctor and Samson?
Yeah, we started learning that I guess this infectious disease or whatever, like this disease, so the guy who like runs the Bone Temple, that's the doctor. That's first off. So that has to be clear. So when we say doctor, that's the guy who runs the Bone Temple. So this doctor, yeah, he goes in and he shows us that this disease is, you know, he starts basically figuring out that things can be done to like help reverse the disease. So at least we learned that. That was definitely super important. And the only thing that I didn't like was we just have to keep seeing this freaking big zombie naked. I was just like, man, I wish that wasn't the case. But yeah, that was definitely a big part of it.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense why the doctor couldn't find him a towel or I wish some article of clothing or something while they were spending all that time together. But nonetheless, I thought just, you know, and then him being on the train and having the memory of being on there and having the conductor or whoever asking him for a train ticket. And he's like, I don't have a train ticket. And then the zombies like realize this guy's not one of us anymore. He's fallen back into humanity. And even though they all attacked him and he got their blood on them, like somehow he didn't go back to that like aggressive feral state. He stayed in like his human mentality and was aware of everything and just wasn't very aggressive. So I don't know if he's going to be in the third movie or like if he represents a cure or something. Like I feel like it was missing. And also, well, I mean, they never, another thing about this movie, like I don't want to jump ahead, but just talking about like the zombie alpha made me think about the baby and how the baby wasn't even in this movie, but neither was like any scenes of him being back at home, Spike. But we'll get back into that when we talk more about Spike. But the next character that I want to talk about, of course, is Jimmy, like the main Jimmy. So, their whole thing is after the beginning scene, they go out and do some more pillaging because that's what they believe what they're supposed to be doing. Apparently, the other Jimmys that he's with, they think that he's like the son of the devil. So they're just like blindly following this guy.
They're doing a bunch of like really bad stuff. Like they think they're like a little demon group.
Yeah. And then they eventually, break into this home and take over and get fed and kill the people there. And I feel like a lot of that lasted very long in the movie, but eventually, Jimmy's ways catch up to him because when they find the doctor, he's very hesitant about approaching him because he knows his whole story is fake and it's probably gonna come to light soon. So they go down there he goes down there and, they just like concoct a plan, him and the doctor, to put on some front that he actually is the son of the devil so that he can look good for his followers. And it comes with a whole like musical performance. He does Iron Maiden and it was very theatrical for sure. I will say that. Was it convincing? Not really, but very theatrical. What did you think of that whole scene?
Yeah, that performance, I was like, okay, so I was like, the mission is to look and sound like the devil so he can look good in front of his group. I was like, okay, I wonder how they're going to accomplish this. And this guy, the doctor, played by Ralph Fiennes, he puts on some Iron Maiden, paints his like chest and his eyes black, puts on a leather jacket and does like some hard rock like stage performance. And I'm like, he does there's some cool like lighting. He got the candles lit and he does some cool stuff with the fire and that. But I was like, a stage performance, like I'm not sure if that was a hit or a miss. Like if I saw that, I would have been like, wait, so this is the devil? I was expecting some sort of, some sort of like blood ritual type of like, satanic like symbols. It wasn't what I was expecting. So I was just like, hold on. I was like, this is what the, so it kind of took me, I was taken aback and I'm not sure how I feel about that part of the movie till this moment, but it was theatrical. It was, it was something you don't usually see for sure.
Yeah, it was entertaining for sure. And unfortunately it was the downfall of Jimmy because they eventually turned on him and yeah, we saw what happened. So the third character I want to talk about is Spike because essentially he's like supposed to be, I thought he was going to be like the main character. He didn't really feel like the main character of this movie. The main characters of this movie felt like the doctor and the main Jimmy, but Spike was the main character of the last movie. He kind of was like a little side character, not too much going on in his story. He was with the Jimmys for all of the movie up until maybe like the little bit of the end when he got to escape. But I just wish they would have did. It felt like he didn't really have like a purpose in this movie. Like he just, I mean, granted,
I think what he did, he was like the time holder because this was everything from the time he left home in the last one throughout his kind of like travel with the Jimmies. It was like that the whole movie was based on the time where he was with the Jimmies. Like that was like the coverage of his little time period, I think. That's where I think like from we saw it from his like time with the Jimmies, I think.
yeah, I think they should have had the father like at least searching for him. I think that would have been cool. They should have added that. They should have had like the father out there searching for him, and maybe that would have broken up like a little bit of whatever would have happened between them leaving like the house that they took over and going to the bone temple. Just
It was
something.
something to break that up.
What?
To like break up the two. Like I see what you're saying. Like
Oh yeah,
put
yeah,
them
like
in the
yeah, just,
house and go.
yeah, just because it was just like too much at one location, and then it's just like this movie didn't change locations a lot, and when you look at it, like the first one was more of like an adventure to me. This movie was not adventurous. They didn't even really go that far, and they ended up back at the Bone Temple, and then wherever they went after. But of course, you don't see the journey. You just see them getting chased by some zombies, and then you get a nice I think that's Henry Cavill. You get a nice Henry Cavill cameo at the end, and then it ends on a cliffhanger. So,
Henry Cavill. You mean Cillian Murphy?
I'm sorry. I always be getting people confused.
Oh, like Henry Cavill. That's
Cillian,
Superman.
oh yeah, Cillian Murphy. Cillian Murphy. Okay, yeah. Well, he's in there, and yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll be in the part 3. But overall, I just feel like this movie was just really lacking in direction. What the stories that they told, like I said, I really enjoyed the doctor and the zombie and like that whole thing. That was like, good, him finding his humanity and, being able to cure him, and they established a bond. Like that was cool, but everything else was just a little bit kind of boring, if I'm being completely honest. What did you think overall of the movie?
Yeah, I like the whole bone temple thing because he literally like collects the bones and makes. The bone temple thing was cool for the and he's like a doctor, and him having a zombie as a patient was cool. Yeah, I think Ralph Fiennes did a good job being like that character. His whole like part of the movie was good. Spike, I mean, I guess he's just a kid. Like he was born into this whole zombie apocalypse, like living. So he doesn't know very much. He's just a kid with the bow and arrow who knows, like, if a zombie pops out, I gotta kill it. Like, that's his whole, like, that's all he does. The Jimmies, they were a big part of the movie. I did not like the Jimmies. I didn't like the main Jimmy. I didn't like his whole group. They were just they were kind of like a biker gang without the bike, in the zombie apocalypse. I didn't really like them very much.
Nobody really stood out either. Like, I don't really remember their names. Even the girl that was helping Jimmy, like, what? I mean, they all had the name Jimmy.
They're so named Jimmy.
Yeah, so they didn't really have names.
And their name was like Jiminina or something.
Something like that. Yeah, so
they were just they just seemed kind of out of place. They didn't even act realistic. Like they didn't act like a group of people that were in a zombie apocalypse. They were acting like.
And there was a lack of zombies in this movie. Like, at least in the last one, like, there were a lot of zombie chase scenes. There was zombies attacking them when he was out with his father, when he was with his mother. Like, it felt like a lot more tense moments and moments of where there could have been a character killed. You know what I mean? Like, there was danger in the first one. They were on an adventure. They were running from zombies. They were not on an adventure in this movie. The people that they were with were able to do ninja moves to kill the zombies instantly. So it's like there was a lack of danger in this movie. I mean, of course, like the Jimmies were dangerous and they were doing things, but they were never in danger in once in this movie at all. So there was no tension either.
Yeah, it was like the Jimmies. It was more like a people instead of like the zombies being the main threat and them like being scared of zombies. Yeah, the main threat was kind of like almost people on people in this one. Like they were just like
Yeah.
the Jimmies and how they take on new, like they had to get Spike on their team, but he had to like kill someone and get on the team. There was like a lot of that, and then the doctor, he wasn't a zombie, and there was a lot of like the zombie was actually like a patient. So it changed the dynamic up a bit. It wasn't what I was expecting. I was coming in hoping that it's a zombie apocalypse movie. I want to see zombie apocalypse kills. You know what I mean? I want to see that's why you go see a movie. And there was some of that, but it wasn't.
It wasn't nearly enough. And what gave us wasn't really like, there wasn't a lot.
Now I want to see like some cool zombie kills, like amazing. You know what I mean? Like the coolest thing to go see a zombie apocalypse movie is to see like an excruciatingly awesome kill or two. Like that's what you're there to see,
Or
right?
like a horde of zombies like attack.
Getting or like a horde getting like mowed down or just some cool, really cool zombie kills. I'm not sure if I saw a memorable zombie kill in that one.
No, definitely not. No memorable zombie moments. Just a big dick zombie. And I'm hoping that for part 3 we get a big titty zombie, because honestly, we need some equality. Like, I had to watch a big dick zombie 2 movies in a row. Please put the big titty zombie in the third one.
Or wear a towel.
Yeah, or
He's now been cured a little.
yeah, like he got to get a towel or something, some type of clothing. Like, he's aware now. He's got his memories back. Put some clothes on, sir, for the third one, please. And hopefully for the third one they add like maybe the father will be back or something. They need to do something more for Spike, because his story's not finished. And all right, he got away from the Jimmies, and now Cillian Murphy's coming to save him with his black daughter. What?
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
See what's going on for the third one for sure. I'm interested. I'm going to see it for sure. But this one was all right. I give it like a 6 out of 10, honestly. Not better than the first one. It was just all right. And I will admit I snoozed a little in the middle, but I didn't miss anything.
yeah. Say I give it like a 6, maybe 7 out of 10. The only thing that really I just didn't like seeing that naked zombie all the time. Like every time he popped up on the screen, I was like, again? I was like, what's the point of seeing him like 10, 15 times? So it would have got like a B, but I'm going to give it also like a 6, 6.5 out of 10, just because I'm not so sure. Like I don't want to see like zombie penis.
At all. All right, y'all. That was our review for this movie. Hopefully you enjoyed it. This is our first episode of 2026. Many more to come. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you thought of the review. Let us know what you thought of the movie. And we'll see you next episode.
Over and out.